Hi, my name is Miguel from avoiderrors.net. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to migrate your WordPress website or blog from a shared hosting to a virtual private server, VPS. Now, we're going to divide this into sections. First, we're going to create your VPS. Then we're going to export both the SQL database and the WP content to create a copy of your website. Once that is done, we'll need to redirect your URL, your domain name, to the new VPS server. Let me show you the website I created for the migration tutorial. It's called homesteadcomputerguide.com. As you can see, it's a fully designed website, a WordPress website, and it's being hosted on a shared server. For personal reference, I'm going to do a loading speed test using PageSpeed Insights by Google. Keep in mind, if you're planning on moving to a VPS just for the purpose of increasing loading times, you will need to run a test first. Now, as you can see, accessing this website via mobile is 46 out of 100, via desktop is 53 out of 100. So, let's continue on with the migration. For this tutorial, I'm creating a VPS in Cloudways. All links are in my website. The link is in the description box below. The reason why I'm using Cloudways is because of their pricing, which is awesome pricing for VPS. As you can see, their basic plan using DigitalOcean is $5 a month. I don't think there's a company out there that can beat that. You're probably paying more for your shared hosting when you can use VPS for less or the same price. From here, start your free trial. Enter your desired email account, password, and start the free trial. You'll receive an email confirmation. All you need to do is just click on Activate Your Account Now link, and it will redirect you to the Create a New Server section in Cloudways. Here, select DigitalOcean under Select the Cloud. Then select your WordPress application. I'm using a basic WordPress. I'm not using WooCommerce with my WordPress. Now there's other applications you can use like Joomla, Magento, etc. But this is for WordPress. Now you can also select multiple sites, multiple WordPress sites in case you have multiple WordPress sites. But like I said, I just have the regular WordPress installation. So I'll select that. Okay, now we can continue on to step 3 of creating a new server. Now here, select I know my server size tab. Once you do that, move the slider to the 512 megs. This 1 gig is a $15 monthly for the VPS. The 512 is the $5 a month VPS. Now disregard the warning. All they want is for you to get the 1 gig. Now that's done. Let's continue on with step 4. And here, from the drop down, select the location nearest you. In my case, New York. Now I have the orange launch button. In your case, it'll probably say launch the free trial. No matter what it is, just click on the orange button. And it will start creating your virtual private server. I've created few previously VPS, but in your case it should look something like this here. The creation of the VPS will take about 10 to 20 minutes. Once created, you can rename the server to identify it from other VPS you create in the future. This is optional. Now we need to move on to the second part of the tutorial, which is exporting your SQL database and WP content to upload it to our newly created VPS. Okay, let's export the SQL database first. For this, you will need to log into the cPanel of your web hosting company and locate phpMyAdmin. Lucky Register is exactly similar to GoDaddy in case you have your website in GoDaddy. Under My Account, expand Web Hosting, locate your hosting package, and to the right, click on Manage. This will take you to the cPanel. Here, locate and click phpMyAdmin under Databases. Now, all we need to do here is click on the Export tab, then click on Go to save a copy of the SQL database. Okay. And now we have successfully exported a copy of the SQL database. Now we need the WP content from the root directory of your web host. To access this, you will need an FTP client, like FileZilla in this case, and access your web host via FTP. Now, if you don't have one, you can always contact your hosting company and they will walk you through on everything that I'm doing right now, including creating a user, downloading the FTP client, and accessing your web host via FTP. Now, once you log in, locate the root directory, and there you'll find WP content file. Just drag this to your desktop, like so. This process can take a while depending on how big is the WP content file or how big is your website or blog. Okay, so I'll close this and go back to your Cloudways VPS. Now here is the WP content, and as you saw earlier, I have my SQL database. So now head over to your newly created VPS and click on Manage Server. Here, click on Application Management tab. Now, the first thing we want to do is disable varnish for now. Yes to confirm. Okay, done. Under Access Details, you have all the information to access your WordPress via SFTP. This is your temp URL. As you can see, there's nothing there yet because we haven't moved your information to the VPS, and the dashboard, so you can access your WordPress from the dashboard, and SFTP, which is similar to FTP, and there you have your IP address, username, and password. You have everything you need to access your WordPress via SFTP, dashboard, and URL. Now head over to the green button, MySQL Manager. Here, click on I understand the risks, add exception, confirm security exception, resend. You'll be redirected to the database portion. Now here, click on import to import our SQL database that we downloaded from the current website. I'm going to uncheck stop on error and show only errors because I don't want the process to stop while I'm recording this. Now go ahead and browse for the localhost.sql. This case is in the downloads folder. Double click to select. Then click on the execute orange button. Done. Okay, we have imported our SQL. Now you can close this window. You don't need it open anymore. And go back to application management. Now we will need to upload the WP content to our web host. Now to access our VPS, we would need an SFTP program, not an FTP. This program is called WinGPO. WinSCP, as you can see it there. The link is also in my website. The link is in the description box below. All the necessary links are in my website. And here we have the WP content that we're going to upload to our new web host. Now you might be wondering why I'm using a different PC. Is because the WinSCP is on a different computer in my network. Now once you have downloaded and installed WinSCP, go ahead and run it. And here we're going to plug in the information under SFTP, Application Management, SFTP, and you'll find the public IP, username, and password. The public IP goes under hostname. I'm having problems with the click to copy, so bear with me here. Okay, the username, let's see. Okay, now once you have plugged in all the information, go ahead and click on Login to start the SFTP. Once you log in, click yes to this window. This is not an unknown server. This is a server you know. You created it. The password was wrong. I'm going to manually type it in. Apologies for that. Okay, remember the password, and there we go. Now that we got that sorted out, we are logged in via SFTP. All we need to do now is drag the WP content onto the public HTML here. You can just drag it and drop it here. You already have a WP content inside the public HTML. It'll probably ask you to overwrite. Click on yes to overwrite. Now, in my case, I'm going to delete it. I do not recommend you to delete it. Keep that in mind. I am deleting it. You don't delete it, okay? I just don't like overwrites. So I'm going to drag and drop the WP content to the public HTML, which is the root directory. Now this will take a little bit of time, again, depending on how big is your WordPress site or blog. Done. We have imported the WP content onto our new VPS. Now let's head over to Cloudways, Application Management, and under Admin Access, click on the temp dashboard URL to access the WordPress on the VPS. Here you have the username and password. This is all temp. You can change it whenever you want. Now, once you log in, everything should be exactly the same. Some cases you have to recreate the menus, reactivate the theme, do some minor changes. As you can see here, my default theme is not activated, so I'll just go ahead and select it and activate. Also, I'm gonna go to General under Settings and rename the site title. And the reason I'm renaming the site title is to differentiate the old one, the old website, with the new one. I'll show you when this comes in handy. Oh, I misspelled computer, but it stays that way. Okay, now save it. Now let's set our menu back to its position, menu, navbar, however you want to call it. And as you can see, it didn't bring the menu. Like I said earlier, most times it brings it in, so I'll recreate it and be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. The menus are recreated. Now all I need is to go to the reading section under Settings and set a static page to be the home page. Now if this was a blog, The default settings are good enough. Once I save the settings, let's look at how the website on the VPS looks like. Settings are saved. Just click on the site title here. And if you notice, this is the new website. Look at the temp URL there. This is the old one. I'll put them side by side and take a look at them. Perfect. They're exactly the same, even if I click on a submenu. Now, all that's left is for us to redirect the URL or domain name to the website on the VPS. Now, go back to Application Management, and under Domain Management here, click on Add Primary Domain. If it's not collapsed, collapsed it. Now here, enter your primary domain. In this case is homesteadcomputerguide.com. Make sure it's properly written, www.yourdomain.com, and click on Save. Make sure it's properly written. This will take about 5 minutes to update your primary domain. Once done, head over to Application Management again. So click on Manage Server Application Management tab. Whoops, didn't click on the tab. Now, if you notice under Domain Management, you'll see now your new domain, and your application URL and dashboard URL also changed on top. Now, to direct the URL or domain name to the VPS website is different depending on the company you're using. Lucky Register and GoDaddy are exactly the same process. So expand domains from My Account, and to the right, click on Manage the domain name you are pointing to the VPS, and click on DNS Zone File tab. Here, locate under Host the @ symbol. Now, if this seems complicated for you, you can always call the hosting company, and they'll walk you through on changing the records. Now, we need to change the IP address of the @ symbol to point to our VPS website. Now, that IP address, you can find it under SFTP. Public IP, there it is. Copy that IP address and then edit the record to point to that IP address. Second, under CNAME, locate www. And we need to edit this to point to the URL. Under Domain Management, this is the URL you need to point to. Now make sure that you don't copy that period at the end of the .com or any spaces between the word to and WordPress. So copy that and replace the @ symbol on the www here with that address. So edit record again, remove the @ and replace it with the address. Finish. Now on the top, save your changes. Keep in mind, you can always contact them and they'll walk you through on doing this, or they do it themselves. Now this will take 24 to 48 hours to take effect, but by experience I know that it usually takes effect within an hour, so I'll be back within an hour. Now I don't need anything, the whole process has been completed, so I'll close all the windows and be back within an hour or two. Okay, I'm back. Now let's put our old URL, now pointing to the new VPS. Awesome, it's working perfect, just like expected. Now notice that it says new Homestead Computer is because that's the reason why we changed the site title to differentiate from the old one. Now notice my tabs are working perfect. Everything is working great. Now let's do a speed test like we did earlier, and let's see how it performs, how the loading speed performs now on a VPS. Oh, 76 mobile and 88 on a desktop if you access this website, which is awesome. Now keep in mind, it's not the same for all websites, but at least it helps on this one here. And loading speed is critical for Google rankings. Now there's one last thing we need to do. We need to head back to application management and Cloudways. And here, enable varnish. That's all. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Miguel. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section below. Thank you.